Okay, today I'm going to show you how I make my The Binding of Isaac thumbnails. So I already have a video ready. This isn't the thumbnail for it. I just used pretty much the same layout for every single one. Let me just delete all these. We don't need them. We're going to create a new one from scratch. And this is just a background from like one of the floors in The Binding of Isaac. I think it's actually the chest. You can kind of tell in certain areas, like here it's a little bit darker. That's because I just filled it in using the stamp tool right here. Doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't really matter either because most of it's going to be covered by other things anyways. Now, I'm just going to go through this video, see what items I want to put in the thumbnail, and I'll be right back. I actually realize now this isn't the best example because this is a challenge video where I only have my reflection, but that is an item that we're going to put in the thumbnail, so let's go do that. Basically, what you're going to want to do is just search up TBoI and then the item that you want, and then you're going to go to the wiki, click on that link. And I am at 250% zoom, so when I screenshot this, it's going to be better quality, and I don't have to like zoom it in Photoshop. Now I'm just going to screenshot by pressing Windows Shift S, and then I can, oh, you can't really see this, but I'm just taking a screen capture of just this spot right here. I'll go back to Photoshop and paste it because it's on my clipboard. Then I'm going to take the magic wand tool, and then I'm just going to select all the background as well as the shadow here because I don't like that. And we're left with just the item as well as the pedestal. And then I will add a drop shadow. And I usually just do 100% opacity, set the distance a little bit higher, and then set the size somewhere that I think looks okay. That should be good. And now when I play with the size of this, it's not going to lose as much quality if I make it bigger. And then just recenter it. And that's pretty much it for there. Now, if I want, I could add other stuff, which I probably will, because otherwise this is going to look stupid. For example, text. I have a font downloaded called Gameplay, which I thought looks very cool, and I use it for pretty much all of my videos on The Binding of Isaac. And we're just going to type something in like my reflection challenge, or I don't really know. I'll start with my reflection, and then maybe I'll do a new one that says only, and that's in a different text box. I'm going to make that larger, and then I will center both of them. There we go. And I'll just place them where I want on the screen. This one's going to be closer to the bottom. This one I actually want behind my reflection, the actual item. And then I'm going to scale this one up a little bit as well. And move it down so it's a little bit behind. And I think that just creates like a nice little bit of depth to the thumbnail. I also do like adding drop shadows to pretty much everything. So I'm going to go copy it from layer 10. And then paste it onto this one right here, onto the two text boxes. Looks pretty good already. I think I might add a outer glow to my reflection as well, because everything is very white, very monotone or monochromatic. As for a color, usually red is kind of just a good way to go. The flashy color. We're going to set the size up. You could play with the range. I generally keep it higher, so it's not as jarring. And then I'll set the spread to 0. And that's good enough for me. Now, this is on Tainted Forgotten, so I'm going to go back into the wiki and then screenshot these guys here. Back to Photoshop. I could paste that in, and then I'm going to delete the background, as well as separate these guys into just 2 different layers here. So I'm going to copy that one, paste it, go back to the other layer, and delete it. And now they're 2 separate entities. I'm going to scale this up a little bit bigger, and then diagonal. And we're going to just plop him in the corner like that. Same with this guy here. Make him about the same size, plop him in the corner at about the same position, and that's pretty good. Once again, I'm going to copy the layer style of the drop shadow just so everything's the same. I don't want it to be darker than everything else. Actually, one thing I might do is I'll go to outer glow. I'm going to add kind of like a border to the letters here. So we're going to add an outer glow, change the blend mode to normal, the color to black, and then we're going to do spread 100, range 100%, and then change the size, and that looks pretty good. I'll take it. We're just going to copy that layer style, plop it on the other text, paste. There we go. And that is pretty much it. We are good to save it. I generally keep all of my thumbnails just so I could go into them and use them as templates if I need for other videos. So this is The Binding of Isaac Part 260. Save it as a Photoshop file. And then we're going to go and save it as a JPEG as well. And that's it. We are all done. There's my The Binding of Isaac thumbnails. If you're starting to record The Binding of Isaac videos and you don't know how to make thumbnails, I think this is a really simple, easy way to make them. If I have any tips, you generally want to add items that will grab people's attention, but not too many that it's overwhelming, as well as you don't want to give your whole run away. I also usually don't add the characters in unless it's a challenge specific to them or if I think it's necessary. One other thing you could do is play around with speed lines. I find that those look pretty cool generally. I don't think I'm going to add it to this one because that's going to make it look too busy. But yeah, as you can see here, it looks pretty cool. It definitely adds a lot, and it's just a simple thing, simple effect. But yeah, that's all. Hope this helped, and I will see you all in the next one. Josh out.